Okay, good morning. Welcome to
Fun Math number 77.
Fun Math number 77. Today we are going to take a look at a kind of a tricky problem, but it's a fun Christmas problem, and it's about the 12 days of Christmas. Okay, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
On the first day of Christmas, what did they get according to the song?
One partridge in a pear tree.
A partridge in a pear tree. What did you get on the second day of Christmas according to the song?
Two turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree.
Two turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. So we start adding presents, and the weird thing is you keep getting multiple copies of the same thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So even after 2 days, you have two partridges in a pear tree, which are our yellow ones. So after 1 day, how many presents do you have?
One present.
One present. After 2 days, how many presents do you have?
You have four presents.
4 presents, which is actually pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and what we're going to do is we're going to make an interesting pattern out of these presents, and then we're going to see if we can see the pattern. Okay, what do you get on the third day?
3 French hens. 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Okay, and how, okay, so we're going to add this to this. What's a good way to do that?
Do this.
Ah, okay. Now, how many total presents do we have after 3 days?
Well, it's a 3 by 3 by 3 pyramid.
It's a 3 by 3 by 3 pyramid.
It's 1, 4, and this bottom one had 3, but it had 6 on it.
So how many do we have after 3 days?
10.
10. Okay. So what are we going to get on the fourth day of Christmas?
4 calling birds.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens.
3 French hens.
2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree.
Okay, so when we add this to this, how much are we going to have after 4 days?
We're going to have 10 plus, this is 10 as well, 20.
20. Okay, so help me put that on there. Okay. Now, it looks like there should be a pretty nice pattern, right?
Yeah.
Because it certainly is making a nice geometric shape, right? So we hope we're going to have a nice pattern to this. And then on the 5th day, what do you get on the 5th day?
5 golden rings.
5 golden rings.
3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
A partridge in a pear tree. Okay, so that adds on how much? 15, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's stack that up if we can. Sorry.
If we can.
If we can. Hold on, look up. We gotta get it stacked here, right?
It's kind of hard to get these larger ones on.
Yeah, it sure is. Do we have the yellows on?
Well, but these are off right here.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll just leave it here. But we're gonna keep making pyramids, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we lost one. We're going to keep making pyramids, and then we wonder, once we get up to 12, we're going to have a pyramid. So after 4, we had 4 by 4 by 4. And if you're watching at home, maybe you can make this a little bit larger. We're having a little hard time doing it, so we'll stop. But we're going to wonder, how many are we going to have after we get to 12?
This is it'll be a 12 by 12 by 12.
It'll be a 12 by 12 by 12. Now, something we haven't studied yet is that this makes a neat pattern, which is when you have n at step n, the pattern is 1/6 n times n plus 1 times n plus 2. Okay?
Yep.
Now let's just check for n equals 1. What do I get? I get 1/6 times 1
plus 2
times 2
times 2 times 3.
times 3. Now what is 1 times 2 times 3?
It's 6.
What is 6 divided by 6?
1.
So that checks out. Now let's try it for n equals 2. I get 1/6 times what?
Times 2 plus 3 plus 4. No, 2 times 3.
2 times 3 times 4. Now what is 1/6 of 2 times 3 times 4?
Well, you can just cancel this 2 and a 3 with that 6, and you get a 4.
And I get a 4. Okay, awesome. Now what about for 3? I get 1/6
3 times 4 times 5.
Very good.
And this, you can cancel the 3 and a 4 with the 6, and this leaves a 2, so that's a 10.
So that's 10. Awesome. Okay, so now let's just see what we get for 12, and then we'll call it a video. Okay. 1/6. When I start with n equals 12, I get 12 times.
13 times 14.
Okay, now this obviously is going to be a little bit more difficult to multiply, but I think we can do it.
12 and a 6 leave a 2.
Okay, the 12 and the 1/6 cancel and leave a 2, and we have to now calculate 2 times 13 times 14.
Well, 13 times 14, that's 2 times 13 times 2 times 2 times 7.
Okay.
Which is 4 times 91, which is...
Okay, because 13 times 7 is 91, yeah. So it's 4 times 91, which is...
364.
364. Okay, so after the 12 days of Christmas, you're going to have a 12 by 12 by 12 pyramid, right?
Of presents.
Of presents, which is 364 total presents.
Ah!
Now, what's cool about that number? Why is getting 364 presents kind of neat?
Because there's a ton of presents.
Yeah, well, why else? Why is that a neat number of presents to be getting?
Well, it's 4 times 91.
Yeah, that's true. Does that remind you of any number, 364?
It's almost 360.
It's almost 360, but it's also almost...
A year.
How many days are in a year?
365. It's almost a year's worth of presents.
It's almost like getting a present a day for the whole year.
Or you could just open one every day and it would last almost a year.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Okay, so that in that song, in that 12 Days of Christmas song, there are 364 total presents.
Ah!
Wow.
Mountain of presents.
But it's cool. It formed a neat pattern, right? You saw we were making pyramids of presents until we couldn't make them anymore so well. That was cool, right?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Good job, sweetie.